Gouge has fallen, my liege. The region is unified, except of course, to the south. Yes, I know. Do you have doubts, my liege? My friend? Only through unification can we hope to stand against the Mongols, and they grow ever closer. Yes, but there's only so much of an army we can build on our own. The resources of other independent kings and emperors may be needed to form armies beyond what we ourselves can produce. No, from this point forward, wars are done. We shall proceed by attempting diplomacy. Hello and welcome, connoisseurs of Crusader Kings 3, friends of the channel and newcomers alike. We are here once again with Samrat, the gracious of Lohara. We're in our heartlands right now. Gonna let this run while we talk a little bit. Our culture now has another building. So there is a lot we could do to make ourselves stronger, you know, on a low cost level. We have other decisions we want to make as well. Like, are we going to go and do the war for Gouge? Or are we going to just let Gouge be Gouge? For a long time I've been thinking that this is a subjugation war that we should do. On the march, at the end of the field exercise, it seemed a brilliant idea to practice regrouping an army in disarray. I split my troops and ordered every officer to independently make their way to Srinagar. Oh geez. It will be an exciting search. So we're gonna look for our people. I can hear an absolute ruckus coming from a roadside tavern. One of my shuvers kicks open the door, revealing a room full of wayward soldiers. My arrival makes them fall silent, stare down into their tankards with nearly a word between them. The proprietor narrows her eyes. So you're responsible for this rabble? These men have the right idea. Pour me a drink. Yeah, exactly. As I'm passing through a small village, I notice that though clad in simple cloth, the town's guards are all carrying weapons with my mark on them. Welcoming me to the muddy street was Krishan, the self-proclaimed divine guardian of the town. My soldiers laid down their armor to help this preacher, it's a man, this preacher serve Vishnu. I already rule by divine right? I mean, I do. Join me, preacher, and we will enact Vishnu's will together. Yeah, let's do it. I mean, he's not that great, but it is the thing we would do. Come on, man. Come on. Join the court. You could be a minor priest. When my outriders brought news of the little encampment, I did not expect to find the soldiers still practicing their battle formations. It seemed that my shuver, CK3, took it upon himself to continue the field exercise while waiting for word from the main army. His troops line up neatly as I ride up to meet them. Those were not the orders I gave. On the march, the last of my troops have made it back to Srinagar, and order has been restored. Though this was hardly a display of military brilliance, I have gained a new perspective on my army and the individual soldiers of which it is composed. Valuable exercise after all. Yes, sir. That should put us at strategist. As always, the question now becomes, do we stay here and go down overseer? Or do we shift to something else? I think probably we switch to learning. So possible that we could do diplomacy. Flexible truces might be a specific, or is it defensive negotiations? It's defensive negotiations. This is extraordinarily useful. Room to rule is extraordinarily useful. I think we're going to do a little bit of diplomacy. And so let's grab that. And we'll do some diplomacy education. We don't have any books or anything to help with that, so we don't have to switch anything around. So we're in the process of upgrading our military though, so I should spend money on my soldiers as they come up. One more armored horseman available. Oh, how you doing up there? How you doing up there, Mongol? Ooh. You got all stretchy. You got stretchy. Huh. One of the problems with this is that they don't always go as fast as we'd like for them to go. Sometimes they have to do multiple wars to get through areas, but there is a lot of small people for them to crush in succession down here, so that could be a problem. Get them to our northern border pretty quick. The interesting thing is, though, these big powers up here really, they may cause them a bit of a speed bump if they try to come down south towards us. They have been pushing a bit south, though. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, he's done okay. He did better than his brother did. I don't exactly regret doing their training myself, but pretty much anyone else could have done a better job, so maybe I should regret it. No, it's fine. Actual education is only one of the two things that matters. Getting them good traits matters too. Of course, I was under so much stress, I probably didn't succeed at that either. Okay, so this unit is now complete. And we're just looking to fill in the Mountaineers, the Manganols, and the Pikemen. All of these are a little cheaper too, so we should get them done faster. I mean, these guys are hardly cheap. They're cheaper than this, though. Well, it happened. The Mongolians won their war in the south, which means they're probably going to immediately pass on to somebody else. They're further south than they've ever been before. Their borders and our borders are closing in on each other. I wonder what he thinks about us. Ah, 55 gold. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for the homage and the gold. All these pay homages make the the legacies go up really fast when you're a big empire. A friend till the end. So my friend is sick. I'm going to go and stay by his side. Because I am a compassionate person. Because I am zealous to a compassionate faith. I am a compassionate person. That, bit of weird logic there, but it is kind of sensible. So we're going to hold court. Sitting on my throne, I gesture for my guards to open the doors of the hall. A stream of people file in, some lining up in front of the throne while others move out of the way, so they can simply observe the proceedings. Gesture for the first in line to approach. Oh, the air is thick with anticipation as my vassal, Masamanta Vigurharaja, approaches me. My lord, I have come with grave news, but with a solution to fix this problem. It's becoming increasingly clear that the Gayrongs and Kashmirs are becoming more, perhaps even too similar. It is paramount that we show them that it's us Kashmiris who are the forefront of innovation. No, it's not. There's no need for us to exercise superiority over other cultures. An ancient figure approaches my throne with a click and a tap of his cane accompanying each step. Oh, it's the genealogist. Yes, like our father before. Ooh, we can't afford that. You know, actually, the legendary founders of this land, nothing is compared to me. I am the reincarnation of Kalaza, the man who made this modern empire possible. I am the legendary founder of my clan. My son, Lampara, stands before me, a hopeful expression of space. My lord, I couldn't help but notice that in recent times the realm's finances have not been the healthiest. Of course, you have been administrating them egregiously. Sometimes I find the way that this game uses these words a little bit strange, because it's using the archaic version of egregious to mean very, very good or outstanding, but it doesn't consistently use archaic versions of words, which means this whole thing just comes across as confusing. It's fine. But perhaps you might find some extra gold. Use some extra gold. I'm willing to pay to buy a minor settlement. No, again, every time this comes up, it's my own son this time. No, we don't hold that by accident. That is not a minor settlement that I hold by accident. It's a minor settlement I hold because it is essential to the operation of the kingdom and the empire. It's not just sitting there waiting for someone to come and ask for it. It's sitting there specifically generating money for our projects and endeavors. I can now probably finish this. Oops. There we go. I might be able to buy one of these pikemen as well. Good. Hello, Samrat the Supreme One. Oh, they want to expand, do they? So where do you want to? Oh God, that's a lot of money. I mean, I don't feel any particular, I don't feel any particular attachment to these far-off cities and churches that he's asking for. I know that they exist, and I know that it would be good for the Holy Order to expand, so I'm just going to take the money. Thank you for the money, sir. How have they been doing? They're actually smaller than they were before. Wild. It's actually wild. Well, okay, that's fine. We won't be depending on them for anything, except maybe a symbolic showing. Oh, this young man? Yeah, he seems like a good choice. Sure. Is he one of my children? He is in fact my son. That's fine. He is suitable to take the role, so he can take it. We don't protect our sons from service. Otherwise, they don't grow into decent men. We're gonna just do that because we've been looking for an excuse to try to draw in more people for a while. Don't think there's anything else we need here. That is a lot of gold he just gave us, which just means we can finish our military expending right now. And it's barely even going to scratch the surface of the enormous donation given to us by the Holy Order. Our strength is going to grow much, much more through the money that it's going to through the Holy Order. Let's just come down here. I'm going to build a city here. There we are. And then I'm going to go over to here, and I'm going to increase the castle. I think we're also going to increase the castle in here, in the capital, which basically spends all of the money. We have crossbowmen here, right? Is there anything we have available to us that can make crossbowmen even better? I don't think so. We have windmills available. We should probably build the wind or the water mills. Okay, all that should help at least a little bit. It moves us towards being able to build the mine finally. It makes the capital extraordinarily defensible. We might want to consider upgrading the border forts in the areas that they're likely going to enter our territory should they ever decide to attack us. If this guy, we could pay for him in a month, so we'll probably pay for him. The guy who just arrived. We do got to roll a month over before that can happen. We've learned another language, so I feel accomplished. Good. I might actually try to learn his language, because I think my character would try to be able to treat with him if possible. I mean, not treat with him to surrender or anything, just, you know, treat him like an equal rival. Make it very worthwhile to show him that that we're not barbarians. Alright, well, we spent all that gold real fast. Gold goes by so fast, so easy to spend. But I think this is a good decision. This is a good decision. I also think getting closer to being able to build the mine to the next level is a good decision. That mine upgrade takes it from 5 to 7. That's a big upgrade. And we're bridging on 40,000 troops. Oh, my brother died. My brother died at 39. What did he die from? In his sleep. That's strange. I think we're gonna work off some stress. Get us back down to a reasonable stress level. We're no longer overwhelmed. We're not going to talk to a confident right away, but we do want to know when it's available. I wonder what my brother died of. That's weird. Keen as a blade's edge. Good beams, Somnath. Again! Sword clangs against sword, will against will. The need for victory is all the novice sword fighter feels. But the master knight, Somnath, smiles as he slaps aside bows. I slake my assault exhausted. Your hand knows the sword well, my lord, says the Shuver. As does your son's. There is an art and finesse in your fury, something to nurture. There we go. That's why we keep these guys around. That is why we have that is why we have an acclaimed knight who's a blade master, just so we can get this event. We're now both aspiring blade masters, making us possibly some of the greatest warriors on Earth. Diplomacy lifestyle perk. The first one, though, I think is going to be Groom to Rule isn't a rush. As long as I don't die before I get it, it's fine. I think we're only going to probably do 3 of these. Defensive Negotiation and Groom to Rule. We might pick up embassies before heading over to embassies is actually a really good idea. So we probably should go as far as embassies before going over to learning. We could just build quarries just for the money. I think that's what we're going to do. Just try to build these out to maximum potential. The counselor has died. Here's my chancellor. Neither of these two is decent enough chancellor, so I guess we could get our son to do it to give him some experience. Both of our two top candidates are sons. So I think we're going to put our son in here. Get him some on-the-job experience, you know. What does our succession look like? We haven't even been worrying about it. So one of our sons is getting the Kingdom of Punjab, and the other one is taking the Raj. So we probably should try to save up to buy one of the stray kingdom titles, maybe this one. This will give away this piece of territory to the son that gets it, but that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. And we continue to grow. We continue to grow. I'm concerned about the Mongol Empire. It's enormous. He did very well. A mastermind philosopher. I don't think we have any children who need a wet nurse, so I don't think we're going to get another one. He seems to not be focused in our region, though. He seems to, like, be avoiding us, which I don't have a huge problem with. And the question just comes down to the same as ever. Should we subjugate Gouge? I think we should. She has 3 allies. Her biggest ally is inside my territory. Who is this? Where is she from? Oh, up there. Yeah, this is going to be cut down to less than 20,000 when he is unable to join her. Right, so that's... I think we're going to do the subjugate. I think we're just going to do this. I think it's the right decision. Let's put ourselves here so we can sort of sneak around a corner and grab her capital immediately. I'm going to split off besiegers immediately. Then I'm going to take what remains and we're going to try to catch her. You split into 4 bits. That's interesting. We'll go a little faster here. So he's trying to become friends with me. And it'll stress me out if I do it, but I think we're going to do it. And then we'll just... Oh, I'm not at home. I can't do this while I'm not at home. So we're going to go into this fort here. We're going to destroy the army surrounding it, and maybe we'll just stick it out for a siege. So we've taken this. Now we want to be smart and keep moving towards the larger army. I'm going to actually split this into 2. Probably should split it into more than 2. None of these places are even close to being big enough to hold us. So we need this war to happen as quickly as possible, I suppose. Okay, another completed siege. Let's send you over here. We're just going to keep on the slow siege in their capital. Contributions to the war chest. Ugh. So they're all going to give me money, but because I'm generous, I don't like it. But I need it, so I'm going to put my generosity aside and accept the stress. Probably do that. Okay, so they're coming down into my territory, so I'm going to take these guys here. I'm going to try to move them to there. I'm gonna take this army and immediately send it to there. In fact, we'll just send all the armies immediately to there. See if we can catch anything here before it gets away. We did. And we're going to win another battle here, which is good. Not exactly sure why he wants to attack us here, but if he wants to throw himself against us, that's his prerogative, I suppose. I don't want to stray too far away, so I think we're going to bring these guys in to finish this siege here with the siege troops. And then maybe we'll move them together. Enemy combatants captured. Good. We got some ransoms. Is anything? No. So we can immediately ransom this stuff to clear us of our debt. So we spend the minimum amount of time in debt. Hold on. Stop. Stop, stop, stop. I don't want you guys moving together. I don't know why it didn't slip separate. So we'll spread these guys out. Hopefully they will... This is not going to be big enough. This is, though, so they can come here. This is... That will be. That's fine. Finish another siege. Okay. Let's put us at 99, which is a victory for us. So we have subjugated Gouge. Gouge is now part of the Empire. Wonderful. Language success. I feel accomplished. Excellent. We've learned the Mongolic language. Do I know my new vassal's language? I don't, so let's pick that up now. Okay. And let's just do the prison. And you can go. So none of those prisoners were of any particular value, but we did come out of it with some money, which is good. And now we have become grand. Oh, that's interesting. You have become independent. You have become weaker because of it. So we have people to get married. So let's find people based on alliance power to get married to. Who are you and where are you from? You have wildly varying children, sir. Ugly. Cute. Ugly? Alright. Well. This feels fine, so we're going to do this. And now we're going to find somebody based on alliance power for you. This is Bengal? That would be internal, right? Yeah, that's internal. This is Seti, which we were thinking of doing. She's a little young, but that's fine. We're trying to form some strong alliances down here, you know, so we can get some stuff happening. Yeah, this thing keeps happening where I want to get an alliance with Ali, but every single one of the generation, every single one of the people who's in the unmarried generation is just like off someplace every time I check. Where are we on the building of the castle? Halfway done. And where are we on building the new city? 3 years left. Okay. Let's continue to build up these locations. So you have heavy infantry. Warrior lodges helps with heavy infantry, so we'll build warrior lodges for you to make our heavy infantry stronger. Another good investment in the military. We've beaten 40,000 and we're on our way to 41,000. We're becoming quite strong. This is still growing. Look at all the wars he's doing at once. This guy, he knows who he is. That man knows exactly who he is. He's He is not in the slight bit confused about what he wants out of his life. Will you do it? Oh wow, it just happened. He just changed people. He won't do it. Because I have too many alliances. I could try to befriend him. That means ending this learn language action. But if I was to befriend him, that might push it over. Let's try to befriend him and see if that'll push it over into alliance range. What do we got going on here? We could build our warrior lodges up. We could build our quarry up, which is what we're going to do to make more money. What are our guys doing? We are... Yes, of course, of course. Thank you for swearing fealty. It is appreciated. Let's do the last necessary cultural change before our territory that's been held by our family for generations complies with our cultural and religious influence. I have stress thresholded without even realizing it. I don't think I care about this guy being my friend. I don't. So we're going to stop here. We're going to hold our mystical communion. Hopefully we don't get sick. And we're going to talk to a confidant so we can de-stress threshold. Maybe we should consider saving up to 300 and going on a hunt or having a feast. Great. Our progress with our religious fervor has continued once again. We could possibly consider doing a pilgrimage, but I don't think pilgrimages are necessarily the way we represent our faith at this time. I think the way we represent our faith at this time is with preparing to defend the kingdom, work off some stress. Heavier is more. This is not enough, I think to myself as I put down the training spear. I've been practicing non-stop, but I'm not getting tired. I need a tougher challenge, something bigger, perhaps heavier. It feels to me, frankly, like the reward for that isn't worth the loss, you know? That could just be me, though. Do we have... We do have a best friend. Our best friend is our nephew. You want to synergize our friendship? Your education is... It's the same as mine. If we did synergistic, we would get 4 martial. As opposed to 3 martial, but much, much more stress. I think we're going to start using him as a main advisor in our future war. We're going to synergize our educations. You know? He may not be a literally experienced commander, but he is definitely has the educational experience that his advice will help us out. And our advice will help him out as well. Lines about legacy, another poem. So we're pretty sure that this poem is something that we would appreciate. And I will just accept that it is instead of failing by accident. Don't know if I want to pay for that. Still building. Ooh, the city is almost built. This castle is almost built. How much will this cost us? 800 gold. That's a lot, but we could probably just let that happen. So we have built our concentric castle finally in Bamian. We are now saving for the mine upgrade. You want me to go on a hunt? How far is this hunt away? Is it like 1,000,000 miles? Oh yeah. I think it's a good excuse though to get out into the hinterlands. So we're gonna go on this hunt. We should be training our knights though every single time we can. And we're going to customize our route, but the customization is going to be so small that I'm not going to bother to break for it. There we go. And we're gonna go on the hunt. Good, while we're out going on somebody else's hunt, which will help us stress down, we can also continue to save money for the mine. Alright, so my befriend action against him has succeeded. He's still... There actually isn't a friend modifier on this. It was worth a shot. So we became friends with the Caliph, but it doesn't mean anything because, of course, and as I suspected, the alliance thing doesn't have a friendship bonus to it, but it's okay. Being friends with him might mean that he might try to get an alliance with us. Or it could mean nothing. Tell me more of these true masters. It is nightfall, and Lakshmadeva is hard at work when we arrive at the cereal fields in... Okay, so this is the usual... We already know who the true masters are. As we trek through Pathankot, our caravan has stopped at a clearing bordered by sandalwood trees. I proceed toward the commotion only to find Jolje and Yosef having an irate row. I'll have no more of your idiocy, you miserable fool. Jolje stamps his foot in the dirt. Come now, you can surely make amends, friends. Please. Thank you. Thank you. Travel, fortified knowledge, it's this again. I'm just gonna have to take the stress and hope that it comes down from what's coming. I can't spend money I don't have while I'm trying to maintain our defenses and our coffers for an upcoming war that could be the most devastating war in the history of the world. We have heard that Kaze is a land lousy with holy men. A good heretic burning is in order. Yeah, I'm not calling a person a heretic. My very zealotry is in a religion that accepts alternative views of religious beliefs, so... Dampati Ali Sher of Shirajaji Takir has accused my sister... Ugh. And the hunt is about to begin. Hunt is about to begin. A secret exposed? Yeah, we don't... Again, that's not a thing that matters to us. It may matter to you. Let's get out there. Let's release the birds. Let's try to have a good, relaxing time, because it's what we need desperately. I don't need luck. This is a matter of skill, not luck. It's time. What a shame. We have legitimately gained stress, I think, on this hunt. Wonderful. Hopefully we can lose some stress on the way home. We did threshold down, so maybe we're par. Danger, avalanche. After a long and arduous journey among the snowy mountain peaks, I slowly warm myself next to the roaring fire in a local inn with Venjitapati and Zayar tend to our caravan outside. Suddenly there is a distant yet powerful, deep reverberating thud. Avalanche! Hold on, help is coming. So we lose stress because we're brave and we have a 100% chance of actually helping these people. We can just bypass it with the fact that we're mountain people. But I actually think just demonstrating our personal bravery here because of how safe it is more like what he would do. Right? I mean, he has knowledge about how to handle these things, but his knowledge would be overwhelmed by his brave desire to show personal valor by saving these people's lives with his own hands. We should be home soon. We have money. Our chancellor, of course, has died. We could put our new vassal there. I think she'd do an excellent job. Might help her to accept integration and acknowledge the fact that this is probably better for her. She and I both know she would never have accepted vassalization. And because she would never accept vassalization, this is the only way to really protect her people. The right price he shall have. I don't want to pay for him, but I also don't want this to destroy my stress. I have never in my entire life met a warrior who is worth this much gold. So, in spite of the fact that this is going to crash my stress, I've got to say no, because he's not worth it. I can just assess him and see that I personally am nearly 3 times as good a warrior as him. Just me personally. Danger tempting fruit. She wants to eat the dangerous fruit. Hold on, what if it's poisonous? So we'll try to help her out. She gained the unknown plant rash because she doesn't take advice very well. We shall take embassies, which will give us a bunch of diplomacy. I should encourage more storytelling at home. If you like stories, you'll love this one. Tell a good story. We already have that one technically, so no reason to chase it. And we're basically home now. Shuver errant, so we're going on the adventure. This adventure is so inspiring. Fear not, I shall fight it. Yes, yes, we gain knight errant, and we have preserved his holy water. Nice. And we're home. I don't think that was efficient. That didn't go very well at all. We have a very difficult time, I'm starting to realize, when we go out on the road. We get stressed out very easily by road events, so maybe going on the road for a long time isn't a good way to get stressed down. It has worked a few times in the past and does give us an excuse to get out there into the hinterlands of Lohara. I love traveling across our vast territory to hunt in places that are different from where we spend our daily lives. So we haven't looked up here in a while. He is not really making... Oh, God. Oh. We are no longer the largest empire on Earth. That dream has ended. That dream has ended. He's a 50-year-old man, so he may not even come our way, which would be kind of super disappointing. There may be no confrontation between us because I don't think he'll ever come our way. We'll see. He is strong enough to be taking places like this, you know. He seems to be more interested in the West than us. He seems to be taking that historical route of not bothering with India. We are the only place on Earth prepared for him. That's got to be making him think that there's no point, but we'll see what happens, because I will, for sure, if I ever get a border with him, I will declare war on him. Because I see him as the great challenge of my age. Oh, we have... It's still Afghan. We have to wait till this circle fills. So we might as well spend this money then. I am going to spend this money, being the warrior king that I see myself as. I'm going to spend this money on a troop unit. Do we want to build retinue pikemen? They have a lot of counters. They're very strong. I think we're going to build some retinue pikemen. They max at 6, which is super interesting. I'm guessing they're not getting the bonus from the pikeman knightly order. Now we got to build back up to 800 gold because we can't build a mine. And with that, expansion of the military, and this having happened in the north and not stopping to happen at any point in time soon, I'm going to call an end to this episode. Thank you for watching, and I hope you join me the next time we are here with Somnath, the Gracious, Samrat of the Lohar Empire. He's quite the man. he is quite the legendary figure. And hope to see you the next time we are here in Lohara.